Hi, I'm Rabia.
And I'm Matt.
And this is Sound Like on Andertons TV.
Whoop.
Hi, Matt.
Hello, Rabia.
How are you?
I'm pretty good. You?
Yeah, I'm good, because this time we're not competing against each other.
We're not. We're going to work together.
We are.
To achieve the dream of sounding like Scott Holiday from Rival Sons.
Indeed we are. By busting the bank, so
Yes.
No budget.
No limitations.
Let's just go and get straight into it, why don't we?
We're in the world of guitars.
We are Gibson specifically.
They are everywhere.
Yes, Scott Holiday uses a Firebird.
He does, like a three pickup kind of config.
They're Filtertron, are they? TV Jones in them? There's three of them.
There is three
and
of
a
them.
Bigsby.
And a Bigsby. And it's white gold hardware, that kind of vibe.
Yes.
Really nice guitars. So we need to try and find ourselves a Firebird.
We do. I can see one right here.
You can.
However, it's not. Oh, it's an Epiphone.
Well, this is
An Epiphone. This is by busting.
So we need to get in the land of expensivo.
Okay, this is $15.99. It doesn't have TV Jones in it, or Filtertrons, but it does have.
And the mini humbuckers.
Yeah, in cherry.
And it doesn't have a Bigsby.
No. Great guitar though.
Can we do
I got
better?
a real soft spot for Firebirds. I couldn't tell you why, but I just think they look great. Like rock machine. You know what I'm about to say?
I actually don't.
You don't.
Which brand?
I was going to say let's get a Gretsch with a Bigsby and Filtertrons,
Okay,
because
yes.
that's what they have.
Let's see what we have.
We'll come over to the land of Gretsch.
Yeah, we weren't having any luck with Gibsons.
No, we weren't.
So, what have you found?
Well, this was right on the end of the rack. This is the Gretsch G6118T LIV in two-tone Lotus Ivory.
Great colour name.
It's the Player Edition Anniversary. It's got two Filtertrons in it and a Bigsby. It's cream.
And it's cream. So it's spec-wise close to what we need for $18.99. So definitely bust the bank.
It's definitely not a Firebird.
It's not.
So I don't know how much of a problem that is, but we always do say it sounds like, not looks like.
Exactly. It sounds like not looks like. So pickups, Bigsby.
It's also a hollow body.
It is, so it will sound very different.
It will.
It's a gamble, but I think we should try it out.
I'm going to go with Matt's suggestion. If it sounds wrong, it's his fault.
Thanks, man.
Take a look at me now, Matt.
It's just an empty space.
Yeah, I'm stood in an empty space.
Oh, you are? Yeah, fine.
Yeah.
Well, it's not empty anymore.
No, we're stood by.
You're in it.
Yeah, we're stood by Orange Ams.
So Scott Holiday obviously uses orange. He uses the Custom Shop 50, which is a hand-wired, beautiful, vintagey sounding thing. We were initially thinking Rockaverb, but then probably it might be too much on the modern side.
Particularly the Mark III.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we were pointing in the direction of the Tremlord, which is fairly new from Orange.
30 watts.
30 watts, and it's a bit more vintage inspired. So we're going to give this a shot. It is pretty clean, so we may need to attenuate, crank it up, and also we've got plenty of money for pedals.
Yeah.
So there you go.
It's worth a punt, isn't it, Matt?
It is a shot in the dark. Okay, we're in the land of pedals.
Yeah, we are.
He uses loads of really specific fuzzes.
He's definitely got a POG.
He definitely does have a POG. I think it's the micro version.
Because you can hear that kind of EHX kind of octavey weird thing going on in some of the tones.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's fuzzy as well.
Yes.
Quite controlled fuzz though. It's not like erratic, you know.
He uses a DL4 as well. I think a Keeley modded one.
Don't think we can get a DL4.
Maybe not.
No.
But the main thing is the fuzz, I think, and something to drive the amp.
The amp's got spring reverb.
It does.
Which is good, because that's obviously quite apparent in his tone as well.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the fuzz needs to be right. We didn't use a POG last time, so we need to use that. We should just grab a couple of things in that area of fuzzes and things like that.
It might be a bit of trial and error with the fuzz.
Yeah.
Quite often we pick a couple of things and one will sound really good and one won't, even if they use it.
Yeah.
So
let's grab maybe
we'll grab a little
few.
collection, yeah.
We've got a lot of pedals.
Basically we've taken a little bit of a shot in the dark, see what we can, got a bit of a selection and we'll narrow it down.
Yes, so we're going to go from right to left, from your right to left. We've got the Sabracadabra, we've got the Ryra Fuzzomatic.
We do.
We've got the Mafia's effects. This is the Architect.
This is the electro-harmonix micro POG for an octave. Mm-hmm. This is the Vemuram
Myriad Fuzz.
Myriad Fuzz.
So Josh Smith's signature fuzz.
It's very, very
amazing.
Unaffordable.
450 quid or something.
Very amazing. And this is the JHS Colorbox, which is Fuzz 2. So we've got plenty of fuzz.
We do. On top of the Tremlord.
which has a tremolo and reverb built in.
Yeah.
And then we've got the Bigsby, the Gretsch with the Bigsby and the Filtertrons.
I think we might manage.
We might be okay.
Should we go see what it sounds like?
Let's go and see what it sounds like.
We're back in the video room.
Yes, we are, in this tonal tunnel of love to sound like.
Total tunnel of love. That was good.
Thanks.
I like that.
To sound like Scott Holiday of Rival Sons.
Scott Holiday of Rival Sons.
Yes, without, sorry, this is by Busting the Bank.
It is by Busting the Bank. We don't have a budget.
No budgets.
We haven't actually done without Busting the Bank. Last time we did like a Rivals thing, like a Versus thing.
Rivals would have been a better name.
We Rival Sons with each other, yeah. But this time we're working together.
Yeah.
And I think it was probably a little bit more of a challenge than I expected, but either way, we've got some good tones.
We have.
And we kind of used most of what we got.
We used everything.
We used everything except the Fuzzomatic.
Yeah.
The Ryra Fuzzomatic didn't make the cut, unfortunately. Great looking pedal.
It's a great sounding pedal as well.
Yeah, but it didn't. I'm sure it would have done the job that some of the other pedals did anyway. Let me start off by showing you the guitar.
It's worth saying as well, we sneakily added in an Echoplex delay onto the end here. For
We did.
A little bit of slap back.
Yeah, because that's quite an important part of his tone.
Yeah.
So this is a made in Japan Gretsch. It's the anniversary model. It is, I forget the name of the model because it had loads of numbers and letters in it and hyphens.
G
and stuff.
something ends with T.
Yeah, we'll put a link in the description box below for that particular guitar, but it's got the Filtertrons in it, it's got a Bigsby, two components of which are quite important to Scott Holiday's guitar.
Yeah, we did have, I think the only probable issue you might have if you chose a hollow body over the solid body that we ideally wanted is the hollowness. Yeah, but we had a few feedback issues with all the fuzz.
Yeah, we did.
But, you know, that's just a characteristic of a hollow body guitar.
Indeed. That runs straight into the Architect by Mafia as effects.
This one.
It's a great pedal. I did a review of that on my YouTube channel and I was really impressed because it's very versatile.
Yep.
Has 3 different clipping stages, a built-in boost and EQ and stuff like that. So you
I like this little quirky switch configuration.
And they got a great looking graphics on all their pedals, like
cool.
Walrus do.
Yeah.
That was there to make it sound like the amp was driven, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, we're trying to give it a little push. Because this is fundamentally quite a clean amp at low volumes and we didn't want to blow our heads off.
And also to ride the level of the amp because we've got it on bedroom mode, which is 1 watt apparently, to try and drive it some more, but also it gets quite loud because it's clean, so we use the Architect to kind of control that. So if you turn that off, this is how it sounds, straight in. Turn that on.
It's worth mentioning that it did get tweaked per song.
Yeah, so if you're thinking that sounds really cloudy and rubbish, which it kind of does, that's not because the pedal's bad. That's because we had that mixed in with other stuff to pull out the mid-range and shelf some bass, which is why it sounds like that.
I would say pull out some mid-range, the mid's on full.
Add mid-range and pull out the bass, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, all right, we'll give it a quick dial in and get something nice out of it.
Let's get something slightly better.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's with the inbuilt boost as well.
Yeah.
So sounding awesome.
Then we've got the JHS...
The Crayon, which was... We've seen this on...
Hard to tame.
Yeah, it's very hard to tame. Very specific type of fuzz. And again, it takes ages to dial in exactly where you need it. But we'd seen this on a rig rundown of his board, so thought that'd be a good addition. Sounds like this. Again, specifically dialed in for one section, but did a great job of that.
The bass and treble on the... So the amp is running on nearly full. The bass and treble are kind of pushed over halfway, and we've been turning those up and down depending on the song too.
But that's full on 1 watt bedroom mode, right? Yeah, and it's a 50 watt amp.
30.
Oh, 30 watt.
So if I turn that onto live mode, it'll kill us right now. So
fine.
Right, Sabracadabra turned out to be useful. Very high gain fuzz pedal.
Yeah, more like an overdrive.
There's
almost.
loads in it. So. That's awesome. Oh, that was great.
That's awesome. That did a great job.
That's the Caitlin bred Sabracadabra, just so you know.
Ryra Fuzzomatic. Again, we didn't use it, but it sounds a bit like this.
Yeah. That's
very fuzzy.
Yeah, that's a good fuzz.
Yeah.
Then the most expensive pedal probably in the world. This is the Vemiram Myriad Fuzz. It's a Josh Smith signature.
I just got to say, compared to all the other switches, the best switch.
Vemiram have a reputation for making great pedals, but they also have a reputation for making incredibly expensive pedals. I don't know if they use pure gold on their circuit boards or whatever, but I know that they use, is it brass or copper that they make all their pedals out of a block of it and then they mould it into this shape?
Do they really? What do they do with the rest of it?
I don't know. But anyway, this is the Myriad Fuzz.
Okay, that sounds great.
It sounds really good.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
it's turned into a fuzz comparison.
Yeah, that's absolutely fantastic.
And then the Micropog by EHX over
it's
here.
A fail-safe, always.
Fantastic. So good. And obviously simple sub-octave and octave up, which we, again, rode between, didn't we?
The Micropog, I used one of these for so many years now, and it's just doesn't let you down.
So good.
Yeah, it's awesome. Echoplex delay. This adds a little bit of slapback. Anyway, the point being that when you have it all together, like... It adds that kind of in-the-room, uncontrolled thing.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, this is a lot of fuzzes, so, you can go and buy them all if you like, but there'll be something here for everyone.
That is the thing about fuzzes, though. If you're into fuzz, you do end up having loads of them. Like on my pedal board, I've got 4 or 5 fuzzes on my pedal board because they all sound very different and do different things with other pedals.
Yeah, exactly.
So you end up needing one that could do a lot of stuff, but you need it for one very specific thing.
Yeah.
And that's what I've found with fuzz, but we've had to do the same here.
bit of a challenge, but we hope we got close.
It was. That would be the rig. What about the bass?
I had here a Fender Precision Bass by Fender.
Nice.
In this sexy black colour, and a minty green pickguard.
Nice.
Great bass, about £1,500 worth, running into the Fender Rumble 100. And it's worth saying, for one of the songs, I needed some fuzz. So I sought out the Veteran here by Thorpe, which did a great job. And I actually didn't use the fuzz setting, but I used the boost side of the pedal.
Yeah.
But great pedal.
So there you go. That would be it. That would be Sound Like Rival Sons, Scarlet Day, by Busting the Bank.
Yes, let us know how you think we did and who else you'd like us to sound like.
Yes, links for all the gear will be in the description box below. And of course, like, subscribe and share to Andertons TV for more of this kind of content. I've been Rabir.
And I've been Matt.
And this has been Sound Like on Andertons TV.